I've made a lot of videos of how eXp Realty, and more specifically, our community of agents within eXp Realty, can help other agents scale their business tremendously. But this video is going to cover the other side of that coin, and I'll go over who should not join our community within eXp. In this video, I'm giving you my honest opinion based off of what I have seen, what type of person succeeds within our community and can make six figures their first 12 months or even 6 months versus the agents who end up only closing 1 to 2 transactions their first year. Being that we offer the same resources for everyone, there is a reason why some agents succeed within our group and why some don't. So today I'm going to cover the agents who do not succeed in our community. Like I mentioned, I've made some of these videos of who our community is for, but in case you're new to this channel, you can check them out on my website, garcettrealty.com. The link will be up and below. And I do not know of a single group from any brokerage out there that offers as many resources as we do for free. Free group coaching, free one-on-one coaching, free masterminds, free script practice, free trainings, free checklists, free everything. Everything we do is without any team splits. I am confident you will not find any other group that offers as much as we do for free. So if you want to book a one-on-one call about our group, the link is going to be below. After you finish watching this video, we'll talk about how I and we can help you scale your business using our resources that we are going to be giving you to easily plug and play no matter what level you're at. The purpose of this video though is not to pitch you. That's not what this is for. So if you don't book a call, I don't care. In fact, this video is actually to do the opposite. It's to turn agents away who might have the wrong understanding about what we offer and how we offer it. I want to show you who eXp and our community is good for and is not good for. With that said, let's begin. I'm Ali Garced, or Ali the Agent, on all social media. I've been a realtor for over 2 years and I have done over 60 transactions. I made Icon my second year in the business. I made 6 figures my first 8 months in the business while I was still a solo agent and part-time. I'm on track to make $300,000 my third year in the business. More importantly, I have created the systems for every single agent who joins my downline so they can do the same. I've created buyer checklists for them every single time they work with a buyer, seller checklists that take them step by step on how to even find a seller, what to say to them, how to start working with that potential client, how to make them a client, how to get them under contract, all of the ways to close. I've done the same for my investor clients. I created a 135-page Google Doc that I call my real estate Bible, which has everything of what I have learned about real estate sales and how to grow your business. That is exclusively only for my downline. In addition to that, I knew from my own personal experience that onboarding into a brokerage is a fire hose. You have your brokerage wanting stuff, you have your community wanting stuff, your MLS, your association. Oh, and also you have to start finding leads immediately to make money in this business. Therefore, I created a 200-step onboarding checklist for all agents, new and experienced, that walks them through step by step what areas they should be focusing on first, so that way they have the most clarity and can start much faster than what I did when I got started. Every agent in my downline gets their own card so they can literally check off as they go. For example, once you create an LLC, then the next step is to get a business bank account, get your business credit card. They have everything given to them right there from the start. The checklist combined with my real estate Bible is everything they need to succeed. It truly is. It could take an agent 6 months to get through it all, but if you get through it all, you're going to be one powerhouse of an agent. Oh, and the best part, they get all of this for free. No team splits, no hidden fees, and they have access to everything that my sponsor, Shelby Johnson, who was the Keller Williams Rookie of the Year for the Carolinas when she first got started, they have access to everything she offers, which is trainings almost every single day of the week, and everything that her sponsor offers, Ruben Garcia, who was the CEO of a Keller Williams in Fayetteville before they both switched over to eXp. So he offers even more mastermind groups, even more one-on-one coaching and group coaching, and they get access to everything his sponsor offers, who is Micah Mruwat, who is a senior partner with eXp. She is a senior leader leader and has been in the business for a very long time. She has a wealth of knowledge. Out of the 90,000 agents that eXp has currently, she was agent number 300-ish. The quickest way to success is by copying and pasting what other people have already done in their business, reverse engineering that, and applying it to your business. So don't waste your time trying to reinvent the wheel. Just copy and paste what other successful agents have done. That's why we are giving you our years in the business, our years of lessons learned, so you can take the combined altogether, I don't know, like 40 years worth of lessons and learn everything in a couple of weeks, maybe months, instead of decades. We are financially incentivized to have your business succeed, but we only have so much time every single day to dedicate to people. And frankly put, as mentors and as sponsors, we dedicate the time that we have to those who show up and those who want to be helped. You cannot be shy in asking for help in this business. We help tons of agents every single week, and we want to continue helping more and more every month. The reason I'm talking about everything that I offer is because this is where I've seen some agents fail, and I want to be very, very real with you in this video. I would say that I've been pretty successful. I have achieved my goals. I have seen so many others in our community achieve their goals as well, make six figures easy, but not everyone does. The differentiator always comes down to that person. You'll have all of the resources available to you. I was successful without even all the resources that I created for you. I was the one who created them along the way as I was learning. All I had were Shelby's stuff and Ruben's stuff and Micah's stuff. Now granted, that was great. That alone was enough for me to hit the ground sprinting, but I made it even easier and put everything in order of what you should be doing. I categorized it. I added my own stuff along with the stuff that they have missed. I've done a lot of the brain work for you. I really have. So that way, all you need to do when you join us is literally just follow the checklist. Just follow it. Check it off, step by step, what's next, and keep going. Where agents get held up is maybe they think that because everything has been handed to them that they don't need to do any thinking. So they'll expect having answers just given to them for every single scenario. So I would say that is the first differentiator between agents that succeed and agents that don't. That's number one, is how much initiative does that agent have to drive their own business? Is that agent behind the wheel of their own business, or are they expecting someone else to drive them, if that makes sense? Now, everyone says agents must take initiative, but a lot of people don't break it down and give you examples, so I'm going to give you a couple. Number one, when an agent has a question, do they first try to answer it themselves given the resources that they have to them? And I'm not trying to be here. I'm really not. I'm just trying to be as honest and set the expectations up now. Just like anything else in life, you need to care and take initiative over your own business more than anyone else. No one else will care as much as you should. So if you have a question, those that succeed in this business are those that try to find the answer to their own question before they start reaching out to others. There are checklists, the resources out there, the real estate Bible, the brokers that you can email or call. There is a reason that these checklists and systems and processes were put in place. And if they still can't find the answer, then do they Google it? Do they try? Do they YouTube it? The answer to pretty much everything nowadays is on YouTube. Again, I'm not trying to be a here, but I'm just telling you this to make you better. If you've gotten used to people being at your beck and call to answer your questions that you might have, you might not be successful as an entrepreneur. This kind of comes hand in hand with respect for other people's time. Trust me, everyone in your upline, myself, Shelby, everyone in your upline, we all want you to succeed. Therefore, we've developed these checklists in place and resources for you to be able to just refer back to at any time. If there are questions that you ask us and we point you in the direction of the resources that we created, that's not because we want to cut the conversation short. We really don't. We've just answered that question already. That way you can just do the research and find that out. Another example is this. When an agent first joins the group, they get a welcome email. I know you get a ton of emails. You're going to get a welcome email from me, Amber, who works for 5 Pillars, from eXp, from the MLS. You're getting a lot of emails. One of those emails is that welcome email from me. I'm going to be giving you a lot of the Calendly links. My calendar, whenever you want to jump and book a call, it's there for you. It also includes Shelby's Calendly, Micah's Calendly, everyone's Calendly, and a lot of the important Zoom calls, because we do all of our trainings over Zoom. In that email, we'll tell you to save those links. In fact, it's also in the onboarding Trello checklist. One of the first cards there is to save all of these important links, save it all in a real estate folder for easier access, save it as a bookmark. It's pretty obvious very early on who is going to have a hard time succeeding if just a few minutes before a training starts, they're reaching out to me or they're asking someone, hey, like, what's that link for the Zoom call call again, especially since it was given to them in that welcome email. So questions like, can you send that link again? That's not really going to be tolerated because you have already received it multiple times in the welcome email, in the Trello checklist. So you're asking now others to take time out of their day to do a repeat action, which you should have already accomplished, all because you didn't properly save it in your calendar as a time block with the link. So in that way, when the time comes, you can just click on it directly and go to the Zoom training. And as you can imagine, that's a little bit unfair to that person, because if all 140 people in our downline were to continuously ask, hey, can you send the link for that? Can you send the link for that? At that point, that agent wouldn't have time to continue building the processes that are there for everyone. So take initiative, take responsibility over your business. With just that alone, you'll be able to go far. The number 2 differentiator between agents that succeed in our business and the agents that should not join our group within eXp is accountability. But I want to be clear when I say this. Everyone needs and should want accountability. That's actually why we have similar structures to a group called GoBundance, which is a group that I used to be in, my sponsor Shelby used to be in as well, and a few members of our community are still in GoBundance. What they do is break up this massive group into smaller groups that they call pods. It's something that we've implemented into our group. Our group is growing super fast throughout the country, and we even have some agents in different countries. Because we have agents at all different levels and they're interested in all slightly different topics, not only do we have an entire app, like an app on your phone where you can have a deep dive into different topics, but we also have an optional accountability pod program that runs a few months at a time. And if you're a team leader or an owner of a small brokerage, you can now leverage off that training to the rest of us. You don't have to be the only one to continue holding your agents accountable, because now the agents on your team have access to a ton of other free coaches to them, and everyone in your team has the option of being a part of multiple other masterminds or pods. So depending on how often that pod wants to meet, specifically what they want to get out of it, they will be carefully selected and put into a group of others that will help them get there. Just as those agents are to help others achieve their goals as well. Nobody wants someone who's only focused on just themselves. It's about how much value you can also bring to others. All of that to say, if you are looking to grow in a specific investing or real estate sales or any sort of lifestyle topic, we got you covered there. But what I mean when I say accountability is some people have it tied to the definition of hand-holding. I've had this before with realtors who reach out to me saying, I just need someone to check in on me and just make sure that I'm doing the work that I'm supposed to be doing. That is the type of person who might not succeed in our group. If you need someone else to constantly be looking over your shoulder every day or every week, or someone else to look at your calendar for you and make sure that you're making the right steps, you're already having someone else drive your business. If you need someone to check in on you very, very frequently to make sure that you've made your contacts, that you've made your phone calls, that you've door knocked, that you've had X amount of conversations in order for you to do what you said that you were going to do, that's usually a telltale sign that you don't have enough of a why for you to make it in this business. 87% of realtors do not make it the first 2 years. I'm sure you've heard that stat before. It's true. But I know that there is a fine line that I'm walking here with this accountability. We will hold you accountable, but the way that we do that is we give you our Calendly link. And whenever you are stuck on something, you have to recognize that in your own business. Book a call with us. We're free. We're here for you. We will walk you through your goals and reverse engineer where you want to be, the end state, to bite-sized, actionable steps that you can start taking today, like daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and make it as clear as possible for you so that way you know without any doubt in your mind what you need to be doing every single day on your own to work on your own goals. However, if the only way that you think that you're going to achieve that is if you are asking us to book something on our calendar to check in on you every single week, saying, hey, Allie, did you make your calls this week? Then you might as well join a formal team where you're going to be giving away 50% of your paycheck because they're paying for those leads for you, and therefore they're going to be micromanaging you. That's what leads me to point number 3. We do not pay for leads. We do not give out leads like some other formal teams. Instead, we teach you how to find your own leads. So if you're looking for someone to feed your business, which my team calls handouts, we're not the group for you. Do not join our community within eXp. My personal opinion on this is you shouldn't ever want to rely on someone else to be given leads. If you're wanting that, you're probably still thinking in the whole W-2 mindset. So drop the W-2 paycheck of like a give me, or every, just the constant paycheck, the constant being given stuff, and instead think of it more as an active business, which it is. Come to terms that you are a business owner. You are your own CEO. If you're a brokerage owner or a team lead and you're bringing over a group of other agents with you and you want to continue providing leads to your formal team, by all means. But in general, if there are any leads for us to give you, we're just going to be a normal 30% referral. And yes, we do 30%. But with that said, that's definitely not something that an agent should be expecting in order to start getting clients. Now, I know for new agents, this is probably going to strike a chord with you, but I want to let you in on a little something. When I first got licensed, I wasn't given any leads when I started out. I joined this group and I was the first one to join 5 Pillars. When 5 Pillars, the entire group was all out in North Carolina. I was the first agent to take them nationwide, and I'm currently here in Tucson, Arizona. I was literally across the country, yet when I interviewed 13 different brokerages, I knew for sure that this team informal team offered way more resources for free with no team splits than I was going to get anywhere else. It's up to you to take advantage of everything you're given for free. We have the Google Drive, we have the app, we have my Trello checklist, my real estate Bible. You have all of us available. A Calendly link, just book a call with us. Because when I first started joining, all of the trainings that we had, they were at 6 a.m. Pacific time, like our time. Meanwhile, it was 9 a.m. over there, but I had to wake up super early just to attend the trainings. Why? Because I wanted to make money, because I wanted to succeed in this business. It's called a little bit of sacrifice. My fourth point of who would not be a good fit, who should not join our group, the lazy. There are people who have drive and ambition, and then there are people who do not. And this point, I will admit it, it's a selfish point for me. I personally do not want to surround myself around people that are lazy. I don't want to surround myself with people who are not going to take action or who are only words, but they don't back it up with their actions. So this is just as much for me as it is for you. That way I know that anybody who joins this community, I immediately know they are hard workers. They're here to implement. They're here to learn and just be more. I work 12 to 16 hours a day every single day, and I love it. I'm obsessed. So are others in the group. Now, I'm not saying that that's a requirement for you to be able to succeed. Success is different according to whoever you're talking to. Everyone has a different definition, but that's the type of person that I personally want to surround myself with, are those that are constantly looking to improve their business. Now, some people think that they're going to be able to fight their laziness or their lack of accountability, self-accountability, by finding a team with a formal structure or finding a geographically local group because they're physically driving to the office, and there in the office, that's where they could be able to maintain their focus and do their work. And that might help in like the short run, but it won't be long before you realize that, as Alex Hormozy puts it, that's a lot of mental masturbation. Because when you might think you're getting ahead because it feels good, like going into an office, you feel like you're successful because you've taken a step, even though that step means nothing, because you're surrounded by other realtors, because someone was asking you, hey, did you make your calls today? Or someone else was listening to you make a couple of calls. You might feel productive, but surrounding yourself by realtors doesn't make you productive. That's not an income producing activity. Nothing replaces just hard work, as long as you're working smart also. That is my fifth point. And my sixth point, I shouldn't have to say this at all, but dishonesty and like scarcity mindset. And I'm combining these together. And I'm not even going to elaborate on that. We all have an abundance mindset. That's why we share everything with each other for free. You can progress faster as a group with collaboration versus holding all the secrets to yourself. So, well, I guess I did elaborate on that. My seventh and my final thing that I've seen, which differentiates those that succeed and those that do not and should not join eXp, are those with the victim mentality. What are you telling yourself in your mind when you have arguments and you're heated and you're riled up? Are you the victim? Is it always someone else's fault? Is your response to things an excuse? If so, this is not the group for you. You need to be able to own up to your own shit. You need to be able to apologize, and you need to realize that you are never the victim. Don't let life happen to you. Take ownership of your life. Now, I don't want to end on a negative note, so I am going to say now who this community is good for, who truly excels. They're the ones who share these 3 core values. Number 1 is ownership over everything. And my sponsor, Ruben Garcia, says this a lot, and I got this from him. You either have reasons or you have results, meaning you either have excuses or you have results. If you're not getting the results you want, don't give excuses. Oh, well, it's because I have kids, the soccer tournament, I don't have the time, or I've been focused actually and consumed with this, like this has actually been bogging me down. Instead, say, that was not my priority this week. week. I did not prioritize that. I prioritized XYZ over lead generation, over finding clients. With ownership comes a lot. If someone is able to truly take ownership over everything, it inherently means that they're mature, that they're able to have difficult conversations. And if they're going to have an issue with a client, for example, say the client comes back after an open house that you did and sees that the back door is unlocked. We'll just have that as an example. If the agent doesn't take responsibility and instead says, oh man, I guess like the last viewers must have like kept it unlocked, or if in any way that agent passes the blame onto somebody else, that's a lack of maturity. That's a lack of responsibility. That's trying to avoid conflict, when instead that agent should have had ownership over that situation. Everything is your fault. As long as you think that way, you're going to ensure that everything you do is top notch and squared away. Number 2 is over communication. The number 1 reason why clients do not have a good experience with their agents is always because of communication and expectation management. No one ever gets mad at their realtor for over communicating with them. As part of our seller checklist, we reach out to every seller that we have every single day that their house is on the market before we go under contract. Every single day. Do you think those sellers are ever like, hey, Allie, can you like slow down with this communication? I actually don't really care to know how my house is doing. No! In fact, the reviews that we get is that our communication is great, just as we expect you as the agent to be able to over communicate with your clients, with your peers, with your broker. The last core value that I look for in agents to partner with and sponsor in is the ability to be thinking 2 steps ahead. Now, you don't need real estate sales experience to think about 2 steps ahead. That's just more of you as a person. Are you a forward thinker? We'll teach you what comes ahead. You have the checklist available to you to be able to see what comes ahead. Are you looking at it? Are you taking advantage of it? Are you starting to answer those questions of what's about to come up in a transaction? The more you can think ahead, the more you're going to be able to coach your clients as far as, hey, this is what's happening now, and this is what's going to happen later. Clients don't just want to know what's happening now. They also always will ask questions. What happens at the next step? What happens after that? So always try to answer those questions by thinking ahead before your clients even realize they had it as a question. That's when you know you're winning in the business. By taking the time out to look 1-2 steps ahead, you're actually saving time in your business. So that way you're not fielding calls or texts or questions being like, can you explain this again? No, you've already answered it for them. And also, who else would be a great fit in this group are agents that are looking to get into investing if they are not already, or already investors that want to learn more advanced strategies, because we have multiple trainings every single month specifically focused on investing. And it's not just real estate investing, it's also sometimes crypto, car washes, storage units, commercial, businesses, etc. This group is also for those who want to increase your net worth, and we have some high net worth individuals in our community. Some of us are already financially independent. We're working now because we want to, not because we have to, since after all, it's not a coincidence that you rise to the level of those that you surround yourself with, and that you continue to grow at the same rate as those around you. And it's 2023. Those around you do not need to physically be around you. Again, when I surrounded myself with people, I was in Tucson, but I surrounded myself with the 5 Pillars community out in North Carolina. If you're already a realtor, look at those around you in your brokerage. Are they already investing? Do they have multiple revenue streams? Do they have passive income? Are they retiring early? If not, join us. Surround yourself by powerhouses, people who are doing more transactions than you are, people who have retired early if that's your goal, to be able to spend a random Tuesday with your family at the beach, or to be able to take 6 months off at a time to just explore the world, whatever floats your boat. So I'll leave you with this, and I'll be very blunt. You know deep down inside what category you fall under. This video is not the typical recruiting video of rainbows and commission checks, because that's not how real estate goes. And that's not how our group does things. We give feedback, and we're looking for others who can take feedback and welcome feedback. Because I'll say this, if you are going to book a call with me to discuss working with us, we will truly care about you and your business. We will give you feedback even if it sounds harsh. And that's not because we're trying to be mean. That's because we want you to succeed. Again, we're financially incentivized to have your business succeed. The friends that you have around you that where all they do is applaud you, those aren't actually friends. Instead, the ones that question you and make you think deep down as to why you're making the decisions, doing the actions that you're doing, those are your friends. We want to help you rise with us, only if you're open to doing the work. If you're ready, book a call using the link below.